Welcome, and this is the next series for how to build applications using a Django framework. And I have created a small little Django framework that is not full-fledged. It just makes it easier to build web applications to show the proof of concept for data scientists. So first thing that you do, you go to this website here, github.com, where you can see the code. It's called LearDjango. I will try to upload this link or the web address in the descriptions, or if you don't get to it, this is what it is. If you go to LearDjango Sada-Narayanappa, you should be able to get that. And once if you go there, you need to clone this Git repository, and you will be able to get it up and running within the next 30 seconds. I will show you that it all works. But this assumes that you have a Python environment that's working in your computer, and I will also show how to get this up and running in your Visual Code as well. So first thing, if you go to this link right here, if you go down, you will see a description of it that talks about this is a framework that's used to that you can use it to build quick applications. And first thing that you do is git clone. So I do that. I didn't time it yet, but as you can see that it's cloning the objects right now. And hopefully you have your Python environment up and running. You can install Anaconda or look at other videos to how to get your services up and running. Sorry, your Python environment working. It's taking a little while. I'm not sure why. Okay, it's done. So next thing what you would do, if you look at the instructions, I will follow the instructions just to make sure. CD to learn Django, and then if you I might have installed all the libraries, but I will just do pip install that. And then once if you get that running, all you need to do is dot run this shell script, and it should be up and running. So it starts your applications on port number 8013 right there. Don't worry about what's really happening, but let's just see how it works. Right? You go to your browser and you type in localhost : 8013, and you see your application up and running. So let's take a look at what's really happening when you did this work, right? So what really happened was when you type in when you got your Django framework, this is your computer, right? In your temp directory, you cloned the framework, which you call it as LD, and then under /temp/LD, you ran something called run.sh. When you did this, your computer started a web server on port number 80, right? And when you go to your browser, you asked your browser to connect to localhost at port 8013. By default it connects to 8013. You can change it later. We'll talk about later how it works. And then your browser connected to port 8013, and then your application responded with certain HTML file which it displayed. So this is how quickly you can get your application up and running. Once if you get the application up and running, you may want to build, you may want to modify and look at the how the program is organized. So for that, you may want to install Visual VS Code. Let me show you how you would get that up and running. If you have a Visual VS Code running, what you would do is you would go to File on the top window, and then you can say open a folder, right? And then let's see, go to cd/temp, and then open that folder, and here you would drag and drop onto this one, and then you choose LearnDjango and you say open. So when you do that in your Visual Code, you have all the code that you can see, and then you can use this code to modify, to do and to customize your application. But overall, the LearnDjango has this directory structure. So it has app1, apps directory, geo app. So for this video, what you need to know is geo app is where you have the project settings, and in Django there are two things. One is a project and the other one is the application. The way how that works is, let me see, Django framework has a project. Let's say this is LearnDjango. Within this directory you have geo app. It's a project where you have settings.py and all the other files that are related to project. So in a Django framework, in a traditional Django, you have a project, that you create which has projects, and you have other applications, application 1, application 2, etc. And these applications uses the project settings to run its application. So here you have LearnDjango, geo app is the project, and then you have other applications such as app 1, app 2, etc. And then there is another directory where you have other applications that you build that you can bring in. I'm going to talk about that in the next video, but for this video, if you are able to get the Git cloned, run the applications, install all the packages, and get the Visual Code up and running, then you have accomplished the objective for this video. And next video I'm going to talk about the structure of Django applications, how you can build applications and customize the applications for your own sake.